Hi, I'm Alan Quinlan. Welcome to Newstalk.
Hi, I'm John Hayes. Welcome to Newstalk.
Well, delighted to be joined by Alan Quinlan and John Hayes. Lads, before we talk about the match itself, we're on the eve of the game between Ireland and Wales at the Aviva. Is this the stage, as former players, that you really miss playing in these matches?
Yeah, playing in the Six Nations was always exciting. There's a great buzz and build-up to the Six Nations. Ireland had a good start last week against Scotland. The intensity, I suppose, and the anticipation of this game is really cranked up during the week. There's a great atmosphere here in Dublin. Wales are the Six Nations champions for the last 2 years, so it's there's a lot at stake for both teams. The optimism under Joe Schmidt, I suppose there's excitement there as well with the game tomorrow, and we're all looking forward to it. It's going to be a great game, and hopefully Ireland can get a result.
John, same question to you. You must be looking forward to the game and watching it as a fan and a pundit, but at the same time you probably miss playing in these. Absolutely.
The Six Nations is a great competition. All players look forward to when it comes around every year. It generates great public hype. The Welsh will be over this week. The Scots were here last year. There's great crack around town. It's a great time of year, and we still love playing in it.
They're big men, the Welsh, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and that's been the key. Where Ireland have struggled a little bit against them in the last couple of years is that physicality in the back line in particular. I think you have the George North, Jamie Roberts, Cuthbert, Jonathan Davies isn't playing tomorrow, but you've Scott Williams has come in for him, but they're just big physical men, and whoever they play, they're trouble. It's very, very hard to stop those guys. Roberts and North, phenomenal ball carriers. They're just so powerful, and so that'll be the key for Ireland tomorrow, stopping that physicality, stopping them on the gain line, and they give Wales momentum going forward, and they build a game plan around them. North comes in off the wing, off scrums and off lineouts, and if Ireland can negate their presence, it'll be an advantage to Ireland. So it's hard to stop that. That physicality. They like to build a lot of phases and keep going the same way around the fringes. So it's a challenge for Ireland. But I'd expect Joe Schmidt to have a strategy tomorrow, defensively and from an attacking point of view. And Gatland is a good coach as well. And there's certainly a bit of controversy over the Brian O'Driscoll thing. So that adds to the whole occasion. So it's an intriguing battle. Wales are a confident team. When they get momentum going, they're very, very confident, and so it's going to be a great game, and it's a big challenge for Ireland.
What about the front row? Wales gave away a couple of penalties against Italy last weekend. Warren Gatland has questioned Alan's fellow Tipperary and fellow clubman as well, John Lacey, who was refereeing that game. Do you think that's an area we can target?
I think so, yeah. They've obviously brought Gethin Jenkins back in this week now. Hugely experienced player. Good scrummager. I think he's probably getting back close to their first choice front row. The new rules have probably changed Adam Jones a little bit. He was very destructive for the last number of years. He'd really developed the hit and chase, which was what he made his name on, and that's kind of been taken out of him now. So for a fellow who's so experienced, have to change his technique a little bit. That's probably diluted him a small little bit. So hopefully Cian Healy tomorrow can get into him and gain an edge there.
Is this the game where we're really going to miss Sean O'Brien?
Well, you'll always miss Sean O'Brien in every game you play. He's a phenomenal player. That presence, that physicality, that power he has going forward. So he's a world-class player. So he's always going to be a loss. But I think O'Mahony, Henry, and Heaslip played very well last week. Tommy O'Donnell backs them up. Rhys Ruddock, Jordy Murphy. There's a lot of back row guys putting their hands up and trying to make a presence. Henderson can play in the back row, but I think there's a real. It's a real challenge. That's going to be a real battle tomorrow at the breakdown. I think Wales have a fantastic back row, and Lydiate, Faletau and Warburton and Tipperick to come into the mix there. And I know myself, back rows can change a game. They can win and lose it for you. They can have a real influence. So Sean O'Brien is a loss, there's no doubt. But Chris Henry stepped up last week, and hopefully he'll step up tomorrow again.
And coming off a Lion summer, you know it yourself because you did it in 2006 following the 2005 tour. The players will know each other that bit better because a lot of them were on tour together, and obviously Warren Gatland was coaching them. Will that make any difference in this game?
It does. There's no doubt about it, because you get to know players inside out. That's what you have to do on a Lions tour. Fellas have to drop their guard a little bit, show how they think, you get to know what Gatland will be saying today. You'll have seen it during the summer. You know how the players will prepare for games. The line-out call, like Paul O'Connell will know how the Welsh line will be thinking. They'll have said so, but then they'll also know about about us as well. So it does increase the mind games and the preparation that's needed for the game.
A double barrel question to finish with, Alan. The Brian O'Driscoll and Lyons thing and Gatland dropping thing, will that play any part in the lead into this game or during the game itself? It's something maybe we're hyping up as media and fans, but genuinely to the players, will it make a difference?
It'll make no difference. I think it'll I suppose it's in the back of their minds for sure, and Brian O'Driscoll individually, he'll have some motivation from that. He's been around long enough to know that you can't let your emotions overtake the game ahead, if you like, and it has a negative effect on you. It'll stimulate him and kind of fire him up a bit, no doubt. He'll want to go out and play a good game, whether that incident happened or not, with the dropping of him at the line. So he has to perform tomorrow. It's all about the players when you get out onto the pitch, and I suppose the Welsh, Warren Gatland might have used it a little bit to say, look, there's going to be a hostile reception here, and the probably crowd might get behind Warren Gatland tomorrow a little bit and get on his back a bit, but it has no bearing out in the field. Once the game kicks off, it's up to the players to perform.
Prediction, John?
I think Ireland will win. To be step up from last week, it has to be, and I think it will be there. The players will be extra motivated. I think they'll win tomorrow.
Alan?
It's going to be pretty tight. I think they're the champions, and they have a lot of quality throughout their team, and I think a lot of confidence as well. They're able to go on the road and win games, but I think with the performance last week and certainly against New Zealand, there's a good feel about this Irish team. They're confident coming out of the Heineken Cup, and hopefully we can put the frustrations of the last few years behind us and get on a more consistent run. So I think with the home advantage as well, a little bit of momentum, I think we can get the result.
Thanks very much, gents. Enjoy the game.
Pleasure. Thank you.